Hey everyone, welcome to That's Peculiar. I'm Nathan.
I'm Andra.
And for those of you who are starting on this episode, you should probably not.
It's a two-parter.
This is the second part episode. So go back and listen to the previous one.
Unless you don't want to.
I mean, I guess. We left off at a pretty good spot, I would say, but I've been waiting to hear the part 2. So, anyway, we have a fun fact from Andra.
Yep. It is impossible to hum while holding your nose. I was hoping you would try it. The best I can do is like...
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of humming.
It is kind of humming, but, you know, most of the hum does come through going through the nose.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of makes sense, too, because, you know, when food tastes bad, and I say food in quotes, you plug your nose, is because a lot of your taste comes from your olfactory senses.
Well, why is it that I can... Do you know why can I have that in the back of my throat where some people don't?
What's in the back of your throat? Please, tell me, I'm curious.
Anyways, I can make more of a noise, just like, you've seen Pitch Perfect, right? And there's the girl that's like, she hums and beatboxes.
Oh, yes. I cannot figure out how she does that.
So I can do it, but somebody said it's like I have something that works
like a
differently.
Muscle?
Yeah, like something that's actually... I thought maybe you knew. You were...
No. Just because, you know, no, I don't. I'm sure there's muscles you can work out, because, like, you can learn how to, like, throat sing or double sing where you can, hit. Yeah, don't ask me which muscle that has to do with.
I just figured because you were in theater, you would know. That you guys all just sit around talking about...
Yeah, we talk about our muscles and our throats all the time. Only because we're weird.
I wish I was in drama. I really do.
It's a lot of fun. Actually, when I was taking a shower earlier today and I was, singing Wicked, I was like, I wish I miss being on stage and, like,
You should do some town productions. I bet there's stuff in Phoenix.
I can't. That would mean I'd have to be off work for an extended amount of time, and they don't do that. Actually, I feel like there is something that you can do, because I have heard of flight attendants going on game shows, like, not The Circle. I think it was Love is Blind.
I did see it. Yeah, I did see that.
So I
think I've seen a flight attendant. They were just on... Man, they were just on something else. What is it? What do I watch?
I don't know what you watch.
It was,
Oh, yeah, see, so I feel like I'm on my, like, 5th watch through of Grey's Anatomy. So, it's a comfort show.
That's for somebody.
Hey, it's a good show. But yeah, I think there are circumstances where you can get personal leave to do something like that. I don't know what's entailed.
Right.
I guess I should try and figure that out. And then if I happen to be in a show, that'd be so cool.
I was also thinking, like, is there any, like, town group, like an improv group or something? Would you ever do that? Where could just, like, come when you can? You don't like improv?
I mean, I like improv, but I don't go in my everyday life. I don't just think, I am so funny. I can't. But that's actually probably my most funny is, like, on the cuff. Is probably when I'm the funniest.
I would agree.
I could never do stand-up, ever, because you have to...
I disagree.
No. Do you understand? A stand-up, you have to, like... There's, like, a theorem that you have to follow. So you have your jokes that you have to tell, and the story that goes along with it. And it all has to be, like, cohesive. And then, of course, you have the hecklers. I think I could crowd work, okay, but I couldn't
That's
get the...
That's so funny.
Yeah, but
I think I could get the rhythm, but I couldn't crowd work. I think I could do the opposite.
Oh, you could do the... Yeah, I can't do the rhythm of the jokes.
I think I can, because I have that deadpan face where I can, like, tell something funny and just sit there.
And just stare at them?
Do it at a bar.
I think about that all the time. I'm on like, watching TikToks and people are being, I guess, funny. I would be one of the awkward people that does the uncomfortable silence because I'm like,
you're waiting for people to laugh.
Y'all, that was supposed to be funny,
Like, where is it?
I'm gonna go.
This is a side note, but it is based on The Wicked, and then I'll get into it. Jack and I are doing movie nights now. Like, we pulled our TV out, and then when we bring our TV back, it's like a production. So we're doing movie night Mondays. Doesn't matter. The next
what do you mean
one
when
on the list.
Pull your TV out?
We literally put it away. And then we're going to pull it out, and we get candy. I'm going to make cookies, popcorn, all that stuff.
Hold on. So your TV is not just in the living room, or who are you?
I mean, I never watched that much TV even when we hung out. I watched the most amount of TV, I think, when you and I hung out.
But we watched movies mostly.
That's what we're doing. I mean, Jack and I pretty much only watch Harry Potter.
To be honest, though, we weren't really watching any of the movies. We were talking most of the time.
No, I 1,000% watched Encanto drunk on your couch, eating Taco Bell.
Good times.
I think of that every time I watch Encanto because I thought I was going to hate it, and I loved it.
Anyways, such a good movie.
My whole point is my next pick of movie after we get through our third Harry Potter marathon this year.
Oh my God.
That's why we put our TV away.
That's fair.
Anyways, Wicked is the next one.
Oh, wait, you still haven't watched it?
Mm-mm.
You're killing me.
I don't watch that much TV, but when we do, it's like cultivated to Harry Potter.
Okay, that's fine. But after you watch Wicked, have you seen The Birdcage? That's something you gotta watch.
No. What's The Birdcage?
It's so good. We are like almost 10 minutes and we have not even done anything. The Birdcage.
Hope you like it.
Has Robin Williams, Nathan Lane. They own a drag club and they live upstairs. Yeah.
Oh my God. I love Robin Williams, and I'm shocked.
It's a great movie. It's like an older movie. I think it was early 90s, I want to say.
That's my realm. That and way before is my realm of movies that I really like other than Harry Potter. So
I'm going to have to give you a list of like older movies that are funny, but also they're not what we consider like funny today. It's kind of like slapstick and some physical, like slapstick is physical comedy. But like there's like physical comedy, and then there's a lot of like sarcastic humor in these movies.
Yeah, I need all of this. One of my favorite movies on planet Earth, and nobody can argue with me. It's John Cusack, Better Off Dead. I think that movie is so freaking funny. And the little boy runs around like, I want my $2. And I finally got that like going in a group of friends of mine, and we like, when it doesn't matter, but whenever we would make bets, we would just be like $2. You gotta watch it.
I will give you a list of movies. You might have seen a few of them, but I will send them to you. Anyway, fun fact.
Okay.
From you.
I did it.
We did the fun fact. Where am I? I just got so.
I was like, yeah. What?
I just got so into this talking about movies and stuff. Anyway, so where we left off
to the movie. We left off
back to the movie.
The death of
Heather O'Rourke.
Yeah, and Dominic Dunn also was in the first two.
Yes.
They're the first two tragedies in the Poltergeist Curse.
Because I remember being devastated that I had no more information on Heather O'Rourke's death.
Did you happen to look her up?
No.
Oh my God, she's the cutest little like blonde hair, blue-eyed baby.
Ugh, obsession. All right.
Well, part 2, Poltergeist of the film Haunting. I like put that differently because the Poltergeist film is based on a haunting.
Yeah.
So I like reworded how I said that. This is like the film Haunting. So if you did not hear part 1 and are interested, go back and listen.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to talk about Lou Perryman. Lou Perryman was born August 15th, 1941, and died April 1st, 2009. April Fools. Just kidding. I mean, he did die, but
That's
can
really...
you imagine how many calls? Like
question. How does that pertain to the curse of the Poltergeist movie if he died in 2009?
Yep. He was a film crew member. Let's just talk about him and then we'll go into it. But a lot of these things, basically, people think is still a curse from the film because of what happens.
Oh, the circumstances.
So, correct. He was a film crew member on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. And then, obviously, he was brought in to be a crew member on... not a crew member, he's actually in the Poltergeist movies.
He's in it.
And then, and then he did end up being Lou Perryman, if I'm correct. I think he was just kind of he was just a side character, but you can look him up. Cool, interesting fella, especially with how he passed away. But there's not a whole lot about this man at all, and I think it's because he started out as just like a crew member, and then his career was pretty short. So Perryman was killed in his home in Austin, Texas on April 1st, 2009 by a 26-year-old man named Seth Christopher Tatum. Tatum, who had recently been released from prison for aggravated robbery, had gone off of his medications and been drinking, and this led him to kill Perryman with an axe.
Oh my God. What was he was found at his home?
Right. The body of local actor Lou Perryman was discovered in his home on Thursday by Austin police, working off information provided by a man who is now being held in custody. I actually got this. You can find that exact wording. Mm-hmm. It's the Austin, Texas newspaper. There's a link about Lou Perryman. They actually put it in there.
So, bro who did it turned himself in?
Correct.
After he had already been in prison?
Just got out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
So...
This is giving, I just killed my girlfriend and I thought about killing myself.
Yes. Yes, it is. Which seems like a theme in this curse.
Pretty much.
So, according to News 8 in Austin, you can also look this up, 36-year-old Seth Christopher Tatum turned himself in Thursday morning, confessing to attacking Perryman and also stealing his car.
What possessed him to do it? If you can find, if that's there, and then
it's not there.
No. Okay, so then now my second thing is what made him decide to turn himself in?
My best guess for you is, when people, when people leave prison and they're uncomfortable in the world, so they do a crime to get back into prison.
Yeah, but when I would just say that I didn't want to be in the real world.
So, yeah, but I don't know. And this murder is so wild, people are convinced that it's part of the Poltergeist curse.
But why? I mean, yeah, it's wild that this dude just broke into his house and
killed him with an axe.
And then took his car.
Stole his car, and then immediately turned himself in.
Oh, so he steal the car and drive to the police department?
No, he called.
Oh, he called. That's weird.
Turned himself in. Yep. Isn't it? Doesn't it seem like...
If I was going to turn myself in, I feel like I would steal the car, drive to the police department, and be like, if you go to this address, you'll see someone who I just...
If I was stealing a car, I think I wouldn't turn myself in.
Well, I mean, if he was planning on doing it, or do you think he, stole the car, and then he was like, you know what, I feel really guilty about this, I'm going to call the police?
Nobody knows. And that's what's crazy. Who acts like that?
Why do I not get answers?
Because it's a poltergeist curse.
I don't like it. Don't like it.
Well, that actually is all the information I could find on Lou Perryman. And I was digging through local newspapers and everything. It's actually really sad about the details about him is that big. And the details about his death is everything else. So everything you look up, it's so sad. There's nothing about him. Not he's a great person. It's just a tiny amount of detail. And then
the person who killed him and how it happened.
Right.
Weird.
You know. But if you're thinking, like, this is a curse, wouldn't you be like,
that's suspicious?
That's weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's suspicious, yeah. So now we're going into William Sampson Jr. It's, you told me I better leave you on a cliffhanger. Was cliffhanger, 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 cliffhanger.
Apparently, I don't get any closure.
Right, which is why everybody says it's a curse. So William Sampson Jr. was born September 27th, 1933. He died June 3rd, 1987. Sorry. So 1933, died 1987.
Okay.
He was a I looked up how to say this, and now I don't. Muskogee? I think it's Muskogee. Nation painter, actor, and rodeo performer. I think it's Muskogee. Muskogee. It's a tribe. I'm sorry. Okay. I looked it up, and now I'm just realizing I didn't refresh my memory on that.
How is it spelled?
Musg.
Cog.
Yeah, it's like Muskogee.
Maybe it's Muskogee.
Muskogee? Yeah.
Muskogee?
Something like that. I remember it was definitely Co. And I think you're right. I think it's G. I think it's Muskogee.
Like the Muskogee tribe?
Yeah. I think that's it. Come at me if you want. Because I am sorry.
She tries.
I do try, but like this one I tried and then forgot I tried.
Oh.
He has many notable roles, but the one that stands out for me, he is the mute in The One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I never watched that.
I put my notes. If you have not seen it, you should go. It's so good.
Literally what you say every time.
Like, the fact that you have not seen One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is just nuts. I mean, that's a classic. That's Nurse Ratched. Have you heard of Nurse Ratched? That's what it's from.
I watched the show. I need to not rewatch because I never actually finished it all the way because I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Before you rewatch the show, watch the movie with the original OG Nurse Ratched. Anyways, Sampson Jr. had at least 5 children. That is what it says about him.
Wow. 5 children.
So I just found it funny. It said at least, and they named 5 children, and that's it. They just say at least 5 children. So Sam, Nico, Timothy, James, and Robert are his kids.
Okay.
William Sampson Jr. was a multi-talented child. Will Sampson was interested in nearly everything around him. He was self-taught. He began painting at an early age and ultimately became a successful painter of Western art. Fascinated by the rodeo world, he made many friends among the cowboys. And while he worked at becoming... he made friends while working to become a competitive bull rider, which I thought was super interesting. So he's a painter, a bull rider. Then, during service in the U.S. Navy, he had an opportunity to learn how to fly a plane, but he was never officially a Navy pilot, but he did learn how to fly a plane. So he's artist, bull rider, Navy. He also tried oil field and construction work, but art just drastically changed his life, so he kept going back to it. So William is 6 feet 4 inches. He's a big, tall guy. Dude. He presented an imposing figure that was difficult. It just means he's giant, difficult to ignore. He was noticed at an art show and offered the role of Chief Bromden in the 1975 Academy Award-winning film One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay.
His performance earned recognition and acclaim and the respect of the filmmaking community. He was just, if you see it, you know who he is. He's one giant and he doesn't talk through the film, within an exception, but you need to watch it. So Samson suffered from scleroderma, which
What
is
is
a
that?
chronic disease. Yeah, chronic degenerative condition that affected his heart, lungs, and skin. I looked it up. That's what it says. It's congenitive. It just like affects your organs and skin. It's a group of autoimmune diseases that may result in changes to the skin, blood vessels, muscles, and internal organs. This disease can be either localized to the skin or involve the organs. So he had it where it involved his organs. Symptoms may include areas of thickened skin, stiffness, feeling tired, and poor blood flow to the fingers or toes with cold exposure. So this affected him so bad. During it's a very long illness, it sounds like he had. His weight fell from 260 pounds, which is what you see in One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, to 140 pounds.
6'4" at 140 pounds?
Yeah. And this is actually kind of what you see. You see him at a lesser weight in Poltergeist.
That's so skinny for a 6'4" dude.
Right.
Oh my god.
So he actually underwent a heart and lung transplant at the Houston Methodist Hospital in Houston. Sorry. I actually wrote that in there. Not funny, because he died on June 3rd, 1987. Of what they believe is post-operative kidney failure, but this is just after he had a heart and lung transplant.
How long after the transplant did he pass?
Yeah, I think it was like a month.
So
he had like just undergone heart and lung transplant, and then died of kidney failure. Mm-hmm. Samson was 53 years old.
That's interesting.
I know. He was put in the Graves Creek Cemetery in Wichita, Oklahoma.
Huh.
That's where he's buried.
So he died of, I guess they're saying it's basically complications from the surgery then that caused?
Yeah. So I have a note. This is a rare thing to occur. This isn't kidney failure? Common. All of it. It's not very common. So the disease that the
Okay.
Then
Scleroderma. That sounds like sclero, like skeleton, and then derma being the skin.
Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But so that, as a chronic disease, is decently rare. And then on top of that, to like have a heart and lung transplant and then have your kidney fail.
Yeah.
Overall, what I read is that this was very like circumstantial, doesn't typically happen. Usually there's other symptoms, just like the little Heather O'Rourke. There's usually other symptoms that they can catch this.
Yes.
Before you pass away.
So you're saying they could have potentially treated it sooner if other symptoms had shown?
Kidney failure is supposed to have several symptoms, yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That is weird.
Your kidney is one of the organs you have two of, but
yeah,
you can usually take out one. On top of that, there's also usually like a progression. It's not kidney failure, you die.
Yeah, you don't just get kidney failure and die. Your kidney is failing. These are the symptoms. When you have kidney issues, isn't that when you start to get jaundice too? Is that one of the symptoms, or am I thinking liver?
No, it's both, I think. Because they both flush out
toxins.
Your body.
They're both filters of some kind.
Yeah, so liver, I think definitely, but kidney as well.
Huh. Did he ignore the symptoms, perhaps?
I don't know. No, because it's only a month from when the transplant really happened. Yeah, so the transplant happened, those doctors are like checking in.
Yeah, because you have to have your like anti-rejection meds. You have to have No.
So it's not just him that missed it. It's not him ignoring the symptoms. Like, he had to have been around doctors during this.
Could be malpractice. Just saying, you could go, a lot of times you go to a doctor.
You just don't want to believe in the curses.
I am just being skeptical, okay?
Okay. So now we're going to the evil preacher in the movie. His name is Cain. Yeah, he actually is the evil preacher Cain from Poltergeist 2.
In Poltergeist, okay.
He was played by Julian Beck. I tried looking up this guy. There's some information, not a whole lot. But he died. I didn't go into him because he did die of stomach cancer. 1983, Beck had been diagnosed with stomach cancer, which soon took his life after he finished work on the series. So the second Poltergeist.
Oh, so he finished it and then passed away.
Correct. A lot of people point to that also being a part of the Poltergeist curse.
Why?
I want to mention it, but I also wanted to, like, let his passing be, like, cancer, you know?
Yeah, he didn't...
Stomach cancer, I think, is hard to beat, so...
Yeah, stomach cancer is one of those... I mean, cancer in general, no good juju. But stomach cancer, I believe, is one of the more aggressive cancers. As far as cancers go.
The pancreas, although I just read somewhere that they think they found possible helpful cures or
treatments that are more...
treatments, that's the word, for the pancreas.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I didn't look into those, so...
because he passed of stomach cancer.
Right. Well, I just want to mention this, but I'm not diving in because I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't want to necessarily tie it to the Poltergeist curse, but I also want to kind of like mention it in case you think it is. Yeah.
Note one of those instances where people are like, Poltergeist curse.
That'll be the same for the next 4 deaths.
4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's 4.
God.
So Beatrice Straight died of pneumonia.
Okay.
I will say she was 86 and had Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it was...
Zelda Rubinstein died of a heart attack at 76.
Okay, these sound more like normal. I mean, I hate saying normal, but like you're 86, you get pneumonia, you're most likely going to pass away.
People still point to these.
No.
Because none of them died of natural causes, and I think that's what it is.
But pneumonia,
it's
you did
pneumonia, heart attack.
Uh-huh.
James Karen died of cardiopulmonary arrest at 94, and Sonny Landham, heart failure. So the thing I'm going to point out, other than pneumonia, all heart disease.
Okay, they're all a heart disease, but I mean, like,
they're all above 70.
Yeah, they're older, and then that's also our food changed so much, and so like it's not good for us. I mean, you kind of, and if you're not taking care of yourself,
right?
And in your 70s, you're starting to get to that realm where if you weren't taking care of yourself or not taking care of yourself, you might pass away from heart failure. Pneumonia, right. Like those are, I mean, pneumonia with early catching of pneumonia would probably, I don't know when they caught it, but but she's 86. She's in her 80s.
Just remember the name Zelda Rubinstein. Other than that, these are casual. She'll come back up. Other than that, these are just like deaths that have occurred. And some people point it to the death count of the Poltergeist curse.
I don't accept.
I'm just mentioning them. However, like 2 of them, possibly 3 of them so far, are weird.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So now let's go into some of the weird instances occurring around the film during and after.
Okay.
So we're switching gears here, but we're going to immediately go talk about Richard Lawson. Ricky Lee Lawson, born March 1747, is an American actor who starred in movies and on television. He is perhaps best known for his roles in genre films. He portrayed Ryan in the 1982 film Poltergeist. While he is still alive today, this is my word, his tale is wild.
When was he born?
Hey, born 1947.
Still alive? Oh, he's old.
Richard Lawson, we love you. So let's go into U.S. Air Flight 405.
What?
U.S. Air Flight 405 was regularly scheduled domestic passenger flight between LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York City, New York, and Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
On March 22nd, 1992, a U.S. Air, this is the actual way to say it, Fokker.
I can't take anything seriously.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I can't either. Why? Why is that a thing?
F-O-K-K-E-R. Fokker. F-28 registration N485US. Flying the route. I added all this in because I don't know how much you know on the other end. And I didn't want you to be like, what number is it? And I was like, oh, I don't know. So flying the route, crashed in poor weather in a partially inverted position in Flushing Bay.
Ooh.
Shortly after liftoff from LaGuardia.
Takeoff.
It said liftoff, so I just put that.
That sounds like you're going to space.
I like liftoff.
We have liftoff.
Takeoff. The undercarriage lifted off from the runway, but the airplane failed to gain lift, flying only several meters above the ground. The aircraft then veered off the runway and hit several obstructions before coming to rest in Flushing Bay, just beyond the end of the runway.
Oh my God.
So, of the 51 people on board, 27 were killed, including the captain and a member of the cabin crew. I'm like, I hope this isn't trauma for you. You okay?
I mean, we've had a lot of plane accidents recently.
I imagine.
So
you doing okay?
I'm doing just fine.
Okay.
I might.
The subsequent investigation revealed, and you can look this all up. It's actually let me look at the website. It is part of it's in the New York Times, but this part is actually in the commercial flight. You can look all this up. So the subsequent investigation revealed that due to pilot error, inadequate deicing procedures at LaGuardia, and several lengthening delays, a large amount of ice had accumulated on the wings and airframe. This ice disrupted airflow over the wing, increasing drag and reducing lift, which prevented the jet. Which prevented the jet from lifting off the runway.
Yeah.
Yep. The National Transportation Safety Board concluded that the flight crew was unaware of the amount of ice that had built up after the jet was delayed by heavy ground traffic taxiing to the runway. The report also listed a contributing factor, the fact that the aircraft had begun its takeoff rotation too early at a lower speed than was standard.
Well, it sucks that because of the line that they were in, that more ice had built up.
Right. So investigators, but asking a question, would you know, wouldn't it be better, I guess, for like that to happen while you're still on the ground versus it would still build ice in the air, right?
Oh, well, the thing is, it's about the lift for takeoff. Once you get up in the air, yeah, it's really cold, but you don't have buildup. That's not one of their concerns.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm so glad to have you. This was almost gibberish to me.
Like you said it in the report, it said that it had affected like lift and drag, and that's why you do de-icing. I don't know if they've changed de-icing standards from then.
Had to have.
They had to have, because I know that when we push, we'll push back from a gate, and then we have to go into the car wash where they spray us down with the de-icing agent.
Maybe it's literally because of this. Yeah, I've actually seen my plane get sprayed with the de-icing, and this happened 1992. It's changed.
It's probably been updated or changed. It depends on which airport also.
Yeah. What was I? I think I'm here. Investigators also found that the de-icing procedures at LaGuardia were standard, while the jet encountered a delay up to 35 minutes.
It must have been hella cold.
Well, they found that the de-icing fluid that was being used at the airport and by the majority of the commercial airlines across the United States was effective for only 15 minutes. So they have changed it.
They must have.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh, because you'll wait in line.
Yeah, I mean, I've waited. Now I really hope I don't think about this. That accident led to a number of studies into the effects of ice on aircraft, and several recommendations and preventative techniques have occurred after. So the tower cab coordinator on duty at this time of the accident stated that he saw a fireball emanating from the crash site following the accident. Keep in mind, he said fireball.
Yeah.
Okay, just remember that.
Yeah.
Upon seeing the flames, he sounded an alarm, alerting the Port Authority of New York, and New Jersey police, who responded. An investigation revealed the technical issues existed with an emergency telephone at LaGuardia. However, it was found these issues did not hinder the emergency, but I did read they had a really hard time finding the crash site because there was so much fog. So Richard Lawson was one of the survivors of this plane crash.
Was he injured?
I think so. But after this, he went on to marry Beyonce's mom. That's real.
Stop it. He went to marry Beyonce's mom.
Okay, so other weird thing. I wanted to tell that story, and I did. So that originally was like with the deaths, but because he didn't die, I switched it into like weird things that have occurred.
Oh, so
Let's go.
How we finished with oh wait, no, we still have to talk about Zelda.
No, we're still going into more things, but like that is the end of the death.
Oh, okay, cool.
Necessarily. Mm-hmm. But I added him afterwards in like the weird things that happened on set, because there's a lot of weird things that have occurred. So let's go into those on top of Richard Lawson's plane crash. Real skeletons were used on set because they were cheaper than the fake ones.
Stop it.
There is a scene in the second film where the mom runs and falls in their pool that is being like worked on. It's muddy and gross, and skeletons start popping up around. JoBeth Williams, the actress, was told that they were just props, but they weren't. And I kind of wonder, nobody mentioned this, but I kind of wonder if her screams were a little real when she was like,
"That's not fake.
This isn't plastic."
Oh my God. I can't believe because they're cheaper than the fake ones.
Yeah, according to, it's not, what's his name? Steven Spielberg. It's not him that did direct this movie. According to the guy who did, he's saying he didn't know, but
he knew.
He got it from a science, like a science website. Yeah, and I was like, how would you not know? Yeah.
You got it from a science website. You didn't get it from a prop store or make it.
Exactly. Some fans of Poltergeist believe this is actually where the curse started.
I could see
use of
why.
Real skeletons.
Ugh.
So in the third movie, Oliver Robbins, who plays the son, and he's in all three, was actually I don't think he is in all three. correction. Because I read earlier that it was only 2 people. It's the Zelda Rubinstein and Heather Work that's in all 3.
Oh, okay.
And so I wonder if it was maybe like a different little kid, and then it's Oliver Robbins as like the grown-up kid.
Gotcha.
Anyways, he plays the son who was actually almost strangled by a prop. So the way the scene was filmed, it's a rap clown, and the arm goes around the kid's neck and it like twists around.
Okay, yeah.
And their idea was they were going to do that, actually wrap it around his neck, and then they were going to play it backwards, showing that it attacked him.
Oh, okay. So like they were going to unwrap it for the scene and then play it in reverse for the movie.
Right. However, the contraption actually got stuck and was strangling Robbins. Spielberg is the only person that caught this and got the arm off of his neck.
Oh my God.
Like a whole thing of crew did not even notice, but Spielberg did.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. So I'm going to need to take the rest of the day off. Production can suck it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he was also pretty little at this time. I mean, he's playing like a 9-year-old kid, 10-year-old kid. So during the second film, lights would fall or turn off and short out all the time.
Was that not normal?
Like it was in production. This is like the production lights.
Yeah. Do they not normally flicker? Like sometimes when they go out? Is that... I don't know. I've never been in the movies.
And this is only after the second film. They also said... So after the bodies were brought in.
Oh, after the skeletons. Okay.
Yeah, so this only happened during then. Unexplained shadow figures were seen on the set by actors and strange noises. It was so strange and scary to everyone. They actually asked Will Sampson, the guy who passed away of Scleroderma. Scleroderma, thanks.
Does that was called something like that?
Yeah, it was Scleroderma. Will Sampson, the actor, they asked him to actually do a shaman. To do a a cleansing ritual.
He did a cleansing ritual?
He is a shaman.
He was a shaman?
Sorry, I tried to skip ahead. I know he was everything. I tried to skip ahead and then it confused my brain. So they asked him to do a cleaning ritual on the set because he was a shaman. Will Sampson died 1 year later. Just noting that.
Weird.
Zelda Rubinstein, that's the lady.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady is so cute. I don't know if you've ever seen Teen Witch. She's in that. She's actually like the little gypsy soul in Teen Witch.
I love her.
Okay, you do know that movie. I wasn't sure.
I love Teen Witch. Oh, I love that lady. Yes.
She's like little, tiny. Yeah, and she's got the big eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. And she sounds like a baby.
I love her so much. She's one of my favorite people.
She's in Poltergeist. Zelda Rubinstein reported that after a photo was taken of her on the set of the third Poltergeist, she was followed by a blur. She saw
blur on the photos?
Well, she saw strange strobing effects for days after a photo was taken of her.
Weird.
So she later thought this was because the photo was taken at the exact moment her mother had passed away. Yeah. There was a blast. So that's it that you have to remember about her. The next point is there was a blast during shooting that ignited 6 cars that burst into flames. 3 extras, a maintenance worker and a firefighter, were badly injured. Several witnesses, including some police officers, said the explosion was a fireball that looked like it had been chasing people on set.
They said it looked like it was chasing people?
Yeah, but also did you notice the term fireball?
Yes, I did.
These are 2 separate occasions on 2 different years that witnesses have explained it as a fireball. I'm just saying.
I'm more about the chasing people, to be honest.
I'm about the fire. Like,
I think
maybe
the language of fireball is just coincidence.
maybe that whole plane went down because William was in it. No, it's not William. What's his name?
Ricky.
Richard. Yeah, thank you.
See, I'm paying
Really
attention.
bad at names. No, I'm bad with names, and we had a William before that, and I was like, William.
I think the use of the term fireball is definitely coincidental. That's why I'm stuck on the. It looked like it was.
How many times have you
people.
thought something looks like a fireball?
When you see an explosion, a lot of times people will say a fireball.
There was no explosion in the plane.
Well, you saw a fireball. That means something exploded.
They said it was a fireball. They saw witnesses encountered.
They saw a
seeing
fireball.
a fireball.
Yeah.
The plane just crashed though. Like,
yeah, but when planes crash, there's often usually when the fuel ignites, you get a fireball.
okay, I'm just saying 2 different encounters of fireball is
I hear
weird.
you. We agree to
You
disagree.
don't agree. Okay. Yeah, whatever. So James Caan, the actor that wrote the novelization of the first 2 films, had strange things happen to him. So while writing the first film, a lightning bolt hit his AC, and a plate from the AC, a plate flew and hit him in the back. He was
that's crazy.
injured. Yeah, he was injured. That's what I mean. Like, there's crazy stuff happening.
That's actually crazy. Lightning hit my air conditioning unit, and it
was
off
while
and hit me.
And it was while writing the first film.
Yeah, that's
this
weird.
happened.
Yeah, that's.
So he said after that day, his video games would play by themselves and glitch in disturbing ways.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Ugh. They play by themselves.
Gil Keenan, who directed the 2015 Poltergeist remake series, he says he was haunted by a spirit while making the film.
So they're saying that it's carrying over even to the new Poltergeist.
He's the only person that I found that said that. But he thinks it's based on the location he chose, so it's separate.
Okay.
So he said he chose the location because of the strange feel. Like, he was like, ooh, this place is eerie. Let's do it here.
This is creepy. I feel uncomfortable. We should do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're making this as authentic as possible. Ouija board, anybody?
Exactly. But they had equipment failures only on that plot of land. They had trouble keeping batteries working, drones,
cold spots,
wouldn't fly, etc. Then he said the house they rented was haunted by a woman in black. And he had actually contacted the people he had rented it from.
They were like, oh, yeah, that's Susan.
No, they went back into the house and said that it was terrifying.
After the filming?
I don't know that they had ever spent too much time in the house previous to that, but basically Gil Keenan was not the only complaint of a haunting of a woman in black.
Interesting.
In this location.
Okay.
So between all the deaths, the mysterious things happened after and before filming. It is believed there is a curse on the film. What do you believe, Nathan? Because this is it.
So, okay, here's the thing. I could see there being things about the film that could be a curse and the weird things that have happened. I will not accept that the 3 older people who died is from that. That was age and sickness. That's how I feel about it.
He was 4 people,
4?
But yes.
4 people. Yeah, that to me that's age and illness that has nothing to do with the movie. Lightning hitting an AC unit, weird murders is weird, and then haunted locations, weird blurs and shadows. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I feel like a lot of movies that do You know, I feel like a lot of the times I hear about movies that are based on true stories have weird situations like this, but the made up ones you don't really hear like haunted sets and things.
Do you have an example?
No, I don't.
I was thinking like the Amityville Horror.
Well, see, I was trying to think of like Paranormal Activity.
Maybe Ryan Reynolds is getting his curse now.
I feel like I've never heard like of the haunting of the Paranormal Activity people, and that's also like not really based on a true story. It's based on instances.
I would think like if anything, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That I could see also, but is that based on a true event?
I think so,
Is
but
that?
I think so. But now that I'm like, I only know what Jack has told me. I've actually never seen the film.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, I do know for a fact that it was like some teenagers that were creating a film, I think for a film class.
Oh, okay.
And that's what but I think it was a true story. But don't come at me though. I've never seen it.
I haven't seen the original. I saw the newer one. That was like 2000s?
The original is the one that you should see because it's like OG Sundance old school film.
Yeah.
Like not a crew doing it. It's like
another film, like the Scream movies. I feel like aren't. Yeah, I feel like those they don't talk about curses on the film or anything like that or weird things happening.
That's not a true story though.
Exactly.
What is a true?
That's what I'm saying. Is that's one of the ones that I feel like it's a made up story, so you don't really talk about weird things happening. But then you have like Poltergeist, the
Amityville Horror is one, but people don't talk about a curse with that one.
Maybe they're afraid to. I don't know.
Ryan Reynolds was a part of the cast and crew.
Oh well, he's so unserious. It doesn't count.
Blake Lively was his curse.
Maybe.
I'm not actually saying that. I'm not pro anyone. So
no, I don't even actually know what's going on. That's me too. I know that there's Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively against the guy that she was in the movie
Justin
with.
something.
Sure. I don't actually know what's happening.
The only reason why I even know who that guy is because I watched The Virgin Jane.
Oh, Jane the Virgin.
That's it. When I was pregnant with William.
He's in that?
He's the main guy.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
So, other than that, I've never seen that guy in anything else. So, I don't even know who he is.
Oh, all right. I mean, that's pretty much all I have, though, regarding my opinion.
Do you think it's a curse? See, this is what I want to hear. Because you
still don't have any, like, conclusive evidence.
It doesn't have to be conclusive.
I know, but to me, I'm still not feeling it.
Do you believe?
Not
what is that from?
On this one specifically.
Interesting. So out of any of the curses we possibly covered, I think there's too many coincidences.
There's
in
a
this
lot.
One.
Like
honestly, I'm gonna be pro. I'm pro curse.
You're pro curse. I'm not. I feel like the mansion in Australia is actually haunted.
Cursed.
Yeah. See that to me is too weird. These, So.
Yeah, but these deaths are just
coincidental. It's coincidence.
You think like a strangling, sepsis from a little girl, a plane crash.
Yeah.
You think all of those are like they just casted a bunch of.
I'll say that like lights falling and flickering when they shouldn't be might be a little bit sus, but.
Well, I think it's a curse. You don't.
No.
And this is why we love doing the podcast together. Because we are not of one mind.
No, we're not. Well, that was fun. I'm so glad we're done with part 2 now, so I can sleep at night. Maybe.
Still don't know what really happened to Heather or Bert.
No, I'm so upset about that. I'm going to have to go and re-listen so I can get heartbroken again. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of That's Peculiar. If you don't follow us, please do. Make sure you like, comment, share, all the fun stuff. And if you have your own story, we are down for guests. So just email us at perpetuallypeculiarpod@gmail.com and we'll
all
go
the
from
things.
there. All the things. All right.
Vicky, bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to today's episode of That's Peculiar. We love all the support you have provided. If you have your own peculiar story, please send us an email at perpetuallypeculiarpod@gmail.com. And as always, we'll see you next week.